Hey folks, Christian Swain here, CEO of Pantheon Media, where fans belong. And starting now, Pantheon is where fans invest. You now have the opportunity to own a piece of Pantheon. Equity crowdfunding raises capital from many small investors in exchange for equity shares. We're working in partnership with Start Engine. They're an equity crowdfunding platform registered with and overseen by the SEC. To start, we want to express our gratitude to our amazing fans. As a token of our appreciation, you, our loyal listeners, are first in line for an exclusive opportunity to invest early and grab a piece of the Pantheon action, along with special bonus discounts and perks for joining us at the beginning of this exciting journey. Simply put, rather than donate, like you would with, say, GoFundMe, you're actually purchasing shares of the network. You'll be shareholders, co-owners, right along with us. Together, we've built a vibrant fan community. It started with music, and now we're engaging sports fans too, in a big way. Please consider taking this next step with us to collectively grow and benefit from Pantheon's future success. Go to startengine.com/Pantheon Media to find out more. Again, startengine.com/Pantheon Media. Invest in your passion, invest in your community, consider investing in Pantheon.
Welcome to the Bare Naked Ladies, ABC's thingy podcast, where we're almost done with all these songs, finally.
Keep going.
Glad to be here.
Keep going. Keep going.
You're doing
Aaron
a
Betsy.
bang-up job. Keep it going.
I'm glad you're taking over because I can't find my notes.
Oh, well,
good.
I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of lost.
They're clearly lost.
You can't find him any?
Yeah, we're lost without you,
I am
fearless
your
leader.
step host, Stefan.
Step host. You're not my real host. Slams the door. That's what my parasites say to me every night.
Well, what song are we discussing this week, Stefan?
I'm clearly lost on what the song is.
Oh,
no
yeah,
idea.
yeah, he's right.
Yes, that is. That's
He's
true.
right.
I'm hoping that you guys
Who's on first?
clue me in.
Yes, clearly lost.
Absolutely, that's right. So,
But what's the song?
Soundgarden's. I believe it's Bare Naked Ladies'
Black Hole Sun?
newest song, I guess you could say, called "Clearly Lost." That's the name.
Oh,
I think
Clearly Canadian.
Clearly Canadian.
It's
Clearly Lost.
clearly a Canadian song. Not a sponsor, but clearly Canadian. We know you listen. Come on.
No, don't. We'd rather have aviation.
Just like a bottle of clearly Canadian we're interviewing.
I could have grabbed
So you're very refreshing. Oh, you could have
and
grabbed some?
bubbly.
It seems to be the summary of Bare Naked Ladies after the loss of Stephen.
No.
Oh,
Is that what they're singing about?
Yes,
Clearly lost.
they're
without you.
begging him back.
No.
We're lost
We
without
need,
you.
we need more money.
Nice.
Well, this song is off from In Flight. If you have
Is it?
not heard this song before, here is a quick snippet.
Don't follow me, I'm clearly lost. Fell far from the tree, paid the cost. A tiny seed trying to live through the frost. Why's it take so long? Am I doing this wrong?
Ooh, I'm not sure if I like that snippet, Tracy.
Oh, let me try another one.
I want it quicker. Quicker.
Quicker Oats, yes.
Okay, how about at this speed? Was that better?
Ground good.
Don't follow me, I'm clearly lost. Fell far from the tree, paid the cost. A tiny seed.
Too quick? Okay, let me slow it
Speed
down.
up.
Wait, I've never had that complaint before.
I'm sure you have. I haven't.
I don't believe it. I mean, the door was open and I just walked through. I mean,
Tracy,
the door was open.
it's all
and we
about
just
the
walked
prep
through.
work.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
left-
about the prep work.
I left the door open,
Dog
lights
was
on.
chained Lights were on.
Welcome back.
Dog was chained
dog.
up. The dog.
Sorry, I would have been on to you guys, but I had to walk the dog, and then I had to try to find the
The
laptop.
dog had the laptop.
and then,
he was going online.
You know,
My dog ate my laptop.
Everywhere. I looked.
I've heard
Out in the
it.
yard.
I've heard it so many times before.
The dog had the laptop, and he was going online.
My dog ate my laptop.
My dog ate the laptop. He pooped
I've heard
it out
it's
in the
not your
yard.
fault,
Had to
but mine.
reassemble it.
It's
Not his fault. It's an
not your
apple.
fault, but mine.
That's not his fault. It's an apple.
He'd sell me down the river for a laptop, actually. For food. Hey.
You didn't just want to let the dog just go outside on his own, or would he get?
Wait,
Ah,
who
no,
let the
we
dogs
walk-
out?
we walk him all the
Oh, Jinx. Wait.
Who let the
Who let
dogs
the dogs
out?
out?
Oh.
Wow. Oh.
Functioning at
There's a lid for every
peak
pot.
capacity, the
Whose
two of
pot?
them. Functioning at peak capacity.
Who's
the two
pot?
of them.
Who is pot?
Well,
Yeah.
this is an Ed
You don't
song.
say. You don't say.
Completely
Kidding,
Ed.
it came to Stevens, he's
You don't
gone.
say. You don't say. Clearly.
Clearly, Ed.
Well, I mean, he did co-write a lot
Well,
of songs
yes.
on this album.
He
This
did
one's not a
Well,
co-written.
yes.
co-written, huh? Co-writ?
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this in terms of facts. So why don't we just kind of get into the discussion of this actual song? Aaron, will you give us a breakdown?
Sure, let's break it down.
Aaron doesn't know what. I mean, yeah, Aaron, give us a breakdown.
So this song has notes in it,
does.
and it's played at a tempo. Okay, that's the
Staying
breakdown.
together to create some sort of sound.
No,
I
clearly
always
Lost
clap
was.
on 1 and 3.
Oh, how dare you.
That hurt my soul.
You monster.
You monster. Clearly Lost was recorded at 72 beats per minute in the key of, I'm saying B major, but one could arguably say there's some crossover with E flat Lydian. The tonal gravity of the song seems to shift, and we'll talk about that because there's a reason for that. But the verse, the A changes would be E flat to B flat to F, back to B flat, back to E flat to B flat to F, and then we go to G minor 7, which is kind of our pivot chord here, where we're kind of transitioning between the different sections. From there we go to the chorus changes, which is E flat, B flat, E flat, B flat, E flat, B flat, F, G minor 7. And the bridge is where things get interesting. We go G minor 7 to F, to E flat, to B flat, to E flat, to F. Now, same chords, but again, because of the way that they're ordered, I think in the bridge we've actually changed to the relative minor of B flat major, which is G minor. So the tonal gravity of the song really makes it sound like it wants to resolve back to that G minor, which I think is probably the best argument that the rest of the song is in fact in B flat major. Although again, I think it's arguable that it's a little hazy. It could be a mode, but I'm going to say B flat major.
Is the gravity dependent on G?
Yes, without G's, G's is how we measure gravity.
Gotcha.
Jesus is not a measure of gravity.
Are you talking about
How many-
force and
How many
G?
G's are you pulling?
There's strong G's, then it'd be a major.
Not a measurement of gravity. Yeah, that is fine.
Gotcha.
It's a measurement of acceleration.
Gotcha.
Well pointed out, Tracy.
No.
But anyways,
I meant Jesus is not a measure of
G-
gravity. he was a
mean, that's-
Your own
philosophy.
personal Jesus, it's not.
Is that how he was able to walk on water?
Oh, I was just about to say a joke about
Most likely,
Oh,
yeah.
the Jesus lizard.
He's just ignored gravity.
that. Well,
No, he ignored
Positive
cohesion.
thinking.
Is what
at
he
least
did. Not
density
adhesion.
ignored.
Or he upped the surface
Put a bunch
tension.
of cornstarch
He
on
could have
his
been
feet.
like, yeah, he's a non-Newtonian fluid.
Non-Newtonian.
What he really
Sprinkle it
did was just
everywhere.
went over a couple of seas over
Genius.
to the Dead Sea, and he crossed
No,
that.
yeah.
Really
that shit's
salty.
dense. Yeah.
But anyways,
Wow.
we will bring it back to Christianity.
Wow, this
trust me.
conversation is clearly lost.
The form of the song is verse, which is verse 1, A changes, chorus, B changes, verse 2, A changes, chorus, B changes, bridge, C changes, chorus, B changes, chorus, B changes. So A, B, C, B, ab, kababa. And, honestly, this song, you guys know what I'm going to say about this song. You guys know that every time we do one of these Ed heavy country-ish pop ballad or anti-ballad songs, it's very there's a lot of them, I guess is what I'm going to say. Now that doesn't, I like some of them quite a bit, and some of them more than others.
Anti-ballad?
Anti-ballad was
I write a lot of
father's
anti-ballads,
sister.
but not country. But so if you, I would say if you made, see if you guys agree with me here. If you made this song just a touch janglier and threw in some like hipsterish instrumentation, and you replace the vocals with some that are a little more reedy and high pitched.
Replace the vocals with something that makes sense. No.
So
Don't you think this would sound like a Mumford and Sons song?
So yeah, if you replace the whole song and the entire band,
If you made this,
everything.
listen. If you replaced all the
And
recorded instruments
had
with
Mumford
pre-recorded
sing it.
beats, and then you had like really fast rapping over it, wouldn't
burn
this
it to
sound
the
like an
ground.
Eminem song? No, but I do think that it actually kind of reminds the chorus. I was earlier kind of singing the chorus to Little Lion Man over. And it actually lined up perfectly. So I do think there's a little bit of Mumford and Sons
Side of the
DNA.
Moon.
A little
in here.
bit. If you sped it up a little bit more, it would probably fit.
Yeah, they tend to be a bit more upbeat.
Yeah.
This is pretty
Maybe make
slow.
it a little bit more bluegrass.
less depressing.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said hipsterish instrumentation.
Grassy.
Sorry. Apologies to the
Bluegrassy
bluegrass community.
No, stop
in the
apologizing,
context of
Aaron.
Mumford and
It's up
Sons,
to-
I think is a little
It's up
hipsterish.
to Bare Naked
but
Ladies to
not all
apologize to the
bluegrass.
whole group.
Hashtag not all bluegrass.
Yeah. It's up to Bare Naked Ladies to apologize, not you.
Yes, they deserve. Boys, come on the show so you can apologize on behalf.
Who,
of,
Mumford and Son?
well, Bare Naked Ladies, but also Mumford and Sons.
Oh, okay.
We know you listen. Come on.
The
the show.
new Mumford and Son or the old Mumford and Son? They
I like the new Muppets.
Yeah,
The new Muppets, Muppets and Sons.
Muppets and Sons.
It's like Kermit.
Little
Little lion man, you know.
I think
pork,
I
pork.
lost the energy when Stefan started the episode. I was like, oh, I get to derail everything tonight.
It's just immediately derailed. We started off the rails. We're staying off the rails. We're
Chugging
clearly
along.
lost. It's very
It's
appropriate.
just me. I was born off the rails.
That should be the name of your autobiography.
Born off
This is
the
just
Born off
Stefan
the
and
rails.
I and the way we work. Like, if I'm the straight man, he decides that he's not. And then, like, as soon as we swap, it's just natural.
Stop it.
Yeah, you guys.
Well, you guys have a good improv kind of
Yes, I am.
tempo going.
We should-
All right. Well, Betsy,
What?
what would you
Wow.
like to say
What?
about the music?
Talk
of
about
this song?
singling her out.
La musica.
Did you say, Stefan? Are you blown back? What are you doing?
Easy now.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Hey, you're a married man.
He's got that blown back look in his hair.
Windswept. Sounds like a country song to me.
So good. It's-
Not my favorite. It kind of puts me off a little, which I realize that's an avenue he's been wanting to pursue, and his wife's been wanting him to pursue, and then
Can he do it on his own album?
He's been in the country closet for a while, and he's starting to stick his foot out a little, and it's fine for him, but I just don't. It kind of taints. Whoa. That was really loud. Taints the lyrics a little for me because it makes it a little less relatable because I'm not a huge country person, but I try to stick with it anyway and try to make the best of this song. Yeah, it's jangly.
Here's the
Jangly.
thing. Here's the
sure.
thing,
Jangly
Ed.
bits.
If you're gonna go out and do something for your wife, and you're gonna venture into a new territory, then
Angus.
maybe do a solo album.
I actually would be really
I'm
curious
sure that's
to
the
hear
next
that.
step.
Yeah,
honestly,
actually,
at this point,
probably.
it seems like the natural progression of things.
For Ed? To break away?
Break away. Got to break free.
Well,
He's
let me,
the only one of the band that hasn't done a solo album.
Let me say this here. Last week was what? Diamonds.
Diamonds
Diamonds
And
Square.
are forever.
I wasn't available for that song. So I'm going to give a
Emotionally
little bit of
or-
my feedback.
Yeah.
That song here tonight. I know I'm clearly
Is that
lost
what we're
with
doing now?
everything, but here's the thing: is with Diamonds and Diamonds. I like
Sounds like a
that
law
song,
firm.
and I think
Call
Bare
the
Naked
law office of
Ladies
Diamonds,
again.
Diamonds.
They're much better as back
We've got you by the
singers.
jewels.
Sure, let them play their instruments, but they're backup singers, man. They really are. I don't think they're capable of having their own independent album. Really, it's like
The four boys together?
The other members, they're obviously good. I mean, and they're sticking out because they feel a little bit bad for them. I guess, maybe I don't know, but
Why does nobody ever come on our podcast that are members of the band? It's a mystery.
because they've only probably
No.
heard podcasts with me in it.
No, right? I know.
No.
No, sometimes I've been a little.
I think we've
Not
all
nice
been a little
too, so.
snarky toward them at times.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Snarky.
Well, if you really
Disappointed.
truly love someone or something, then you want to be critical when you feel like they could be better, right? It's like the true patriot doesn't say that their country can do no wrong. They say, hey, we could be better in this area or that better, because they want to be. They want to be better. So.
well, I will
And
say
we're comfortable enough with bare naked ladies
Oh,
to
Canada.
tell them.
I
how
will
we truly
I will
feel.
give them a little bit of praise then. I thought the harmonies were great in the chorus.
Harmonies are nice. I agree.
And I like it when Ed gets really low.
They've never been weak. with
He's got a
harmony.
good low voice.
They've never
They
been
got
weak with
low,
harmony.
low,
They're always
low,
great with that.
low.
Shorty got low. What, Stefan?
I said their harmonies are always great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
You guys are pointing out their strengths, which is great. But as far as solo
Wow.
albums, I mean, you can't.
I mean,
Is there
not
trouble with
1,500
Tracy?
miles. It's like they're just not doing it.
Proclaimers, we know you listen. Come on the show.
please.
I mean, yeah, so the trouble with Tracy is about the same one that Betsy has, which is just I'm not a fan of the country twang. And so for that it gets docked a few points for this. I just it's not what I
So we're
enjoy
starting at a
listening to.
3.
It does sound more traditionally country than a lot of their other stuff. Like, there's always been like that influence, especially in Ed's writing, but this does probably kind of sound more like
And I would say that the
Like
song started
country.
Oh, we're saying Garth Brooks or
Yeah,
Yeah.
Garth Brooks, Chris Gaines. Chris Gaines. Come on the show. We know you listen.
we know you.
I mean, I would say that the song started off more folksy.
If it was up to me, I'd take the whole thing back.
Yeah, well, there's a little it's like I said, Mumford & Sons, right? It's on the line. It's your heart on the line.
But as it started building, that's when it became more and more country.
You really countryed it up this time.
They definitely countryed it up this time, didn't they, my dear?
Didn't they, my dear?
I do like the
And
instrumental bridge.
Yeah.
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 I felt like they were going back to that folksy feel rather than the country feel when they went to
Yeah.
went to the bridge.
What's up with the outro though? They went like interstellar sounds with the
They're like, we're all gonna stop.
outro.
No,
Kevin's like, I was here too.
Kevin, stop! Kevin, no!
Kevin, stop fooling around on the moon.
I will make my presence
I don't know.
known.
On the continuum.
I didn't
Hear
make
me
it
the
that
whole
far.
entire thing.
Oh no.
Spoiler
I
alert.
listened to a bit and I'm like,
Wonder what his score is gonna be.
so some bands write songs and sell them to other singers. I think they should have done that with this one.
I mean, he has done
Interesting
that
idea.
with other songs.
Yeah, he's collaborated.
Well,
Or
no,
does he fully?
there was that one song that was recorded by John. Oh
Cena.
crap! I can't remember his name. We interviewed him.
Henry.
Cena.
But
For
it's not John Montgomery. It was one of the country singers.
McCain.
Though
John McCain.
that
It was
sang
definitely John
the
McCain.
song that Ed wrote.
John Cougar Mellencamp.
it was your
Yes.
heart on the line.
Oh, I
Betty
can't think of
Fox did
it.
a
Way
fist.
back in the
Why
eyes.
can't you think? Are you experiencing auditory input that's overstimulating and you can't come up with
Oh,
a name?
it's going to take me an hour to untangle
Look at
all
that.
of these different vocal lines later on. Yeah,
clown.
you guys are killing me here.
Killing me, Smalls.
You vocal lines. When I go to a party, I love having do myself some vocal lines. You know.
All right, do you guys have more to say about the music? I mean, it's pretty simple.
Not
musicality.
really. Bets, did you have anything else you wanted to add? I feel like I've...
Off a mirror. Yep.
Nice.
You gotta snip it
James
up there.
Hetfield, we know you listen, come on the show.
Let it marinate.
Okay.
What do you think the song is about?
See, this is the problem now. Now that they've had an album out and they're like, hey, we're going to talk about our album. And it's like, it kind of is a spoiler alert.
Well, okay,
I
so
suppose it could have clicked.
Betsy
I suppose I could have not clicked on.
Betsy cheated.
Their
Anyone else wanna have a
evaluation.
guess?
I kind
think
of
it's
made
about
up my
the
own
future
thing
of
and
the
then I
band.
just verified. Trust but verify.
No, that's
Okay,
it.
go
You're
ahead.
clearly lost.
No, okay.
They clearly lost. Okay. You're like, I'll just take the title. We'll
Sorry,
go
guys.
with that.
Oh, I like we're breaking down the lyrics now, aren't we? Oh.
Well,
I'll let
the
Aaron go
version.
while you read them.
So I mentioned Mumford and Sons, and I know that they publicly profess to not be a Christian band, but they're definitely like they draw a lot from Christian symbolism and allegory and illusion. So this is kind of like the opposite, right? Because instead of saying like "follow me," I know what I'm doing, I know what's going on. It's like, "Don't follow me. I'm clearly lost." The devil on my shoulder is a reference to. So the narrator. On a purely textual level is not necessarily espousing belief in themselves or the belief that they should be certainly followed or listened to. But yeah, I think within the context of the band, to speak to Stefan's point, it does kind of seem like maybe, like what we were saying, like, hey, maybe we should all kind of go off in our own direction. Maybe we should all kind of seek our own.
Instead of Jesus take the
Northern
wheel, it's
Star.
like devil hold beer.
Devil hold my beer.
The follow-up
You gotta
song.
get on that T-shirt right away, Stefan. That's a
Sure
that's
is.
$1 million idea.
Got a
right
lot of
there.
those, but it just needs $1 million. I mean, hey,
If you had $1
big
million
song. I
dollars.
really
if
like
only
that
we
band.
Buy so many Dijon ketchups.
I know.
Oh,
Wow.
whatever happened to that?
Washed up.
Shots fired. I would say before I cheated on watching the video, I did think like he's
How
been
long have you
talking
been
a lot
cheating?
more about his family and everything, so I figured it was something like that.
I said,
but
"Oh,
I
cool.
cut you
Go
off.
on."
You're so interested.
Well, family here.
I thought it was more about I thought it was more about either his kids or like the trajectory BNL took and then the fact that they kind of fractured off a member and everything.
Yeah.
So somewhere in
And then the
between
loss of
there is
him.
where I was thinking it was going.
So you did the research. Why don't you tell people what Ed says that this song is about?
Me?
Yeah.
But I did the research. You
You
mean
only
watch a
Betsy
3-minute video?
Yes. Thank you.
I heard what.
Listen, there's
what
only
you
so
said.
much research that can be done off an album that was written a year ago.
It's released 3
That is
years
one
ago.
infinity% more research
Well, I
than I
mean,
did.
it says, "Takes two to tango, make a mess." It wasn't good for the gander nor the goose. You could imply that it had
Yeah.
something to do with going off a relationship rails, I guess you could say.
Oh God, are we
hard
back
enough.
to,
I think he
Ed saying
touched
I
on all
fucked
of
up
it.
somehow?
Yeah, like
It was not your fault but mine.
Yeah,
Thank-
yep. Did not, my dear.
He's trying to write Little Lion Man.
Is this okay? So first of all,
LYING.
Betsy, tell us what he is saying that the
Yeah,
song is
tell
about.
us.
Which I we'll go over.
His kids trying. Well, part of it was his kids trying to like have their career take off.
Lyle
so to speak,
specifically,
Or-
yeah.
Yeah, Lyle specifically. Because he's in a band and he was asking his dad for advice.
He's like,
and,
"Don't listen to me."
He's like, I don't know. I've had 100 lucky breaks.
These
And
kids are old enough?
basically, you know, like you can, yeah, they're adults. I don't know if the youngest one's adult yet, but like his daughter's in like I think her mid-20s now.
Wow.
And Lyle has his
So,
own band,
that's
and
the
it's
oldest
actually a
one.
pretty good band. It just hasn't.
Yeah,
It's only released a few singles and hasn't really taken off.
High Flyers. Yeah, High Flyers. Go look them up.
It's got to be weird, like being the child of a famous musician, like
Yeah.
Sean Lennon. I always think about, and Jacob Dylan is actually really talented. Like I like the Wallflowers a lot. And you can hear a lot of his dad in his voice.
Well, and Danny Harrison, and
So what famous musician are you referring to? Steve left the band.
so
Last week, Kyle left the band.
so here's my problem.
What's
This
your
is
problem?
what Ed says that the
It's a Trouble
song
Tracy.
is about. I don't
Yeah.
hear that when I'm listening to this song.
I
do
think there's a lot of layers there. I think it's like
Yeah.
husband-wife problems. I think it's kids asking him advice problems. I think it's band problems.
That's the thing. Is like
Life is
and
complicated.
So much
Everything
overlappy stuff.
touches everything else.
It
yeah.
does.
Does he have
Venn
children with
diagram.
another woman? That's not his wife?
I mean, there is implications
I don't
that
think-
that could have happened.
Yeah, I don't think anything's confirmed, but
No. It's kind of interesting because like just after I said that it wasn't good for the gander nor the goose and takes two to tango, make a mess. It says if you tug hard enough, I think
Any
that's
hard
what he
will
should have
come loose,
stuck
yeah.
to is just tugging on it, and he wouldn't have been in this mess at all.
sometimes it takes more
Wow.
than two to tug.
I appreciate, Stefan, that
Advice
you
from Stefan.
you got there, like in spite of us being completely like hurting cats and off the rails. You dragged that
Yeah.
joke, kicking and screaming to the punchline, and you just like
Tug
10 out of 10. That was awesome.
Absolutely, it solves a lot of problems. You know,
Yeah.
you take the
You're so wacky.
Does he-
Should I share my biology insight?
Yeah, please.
oh, gee.
You want to talk about tugging on organs?
In today's society,
new show.
we want to talk about
you-
biology.
Pull and
wanna hear
Pud
something
with
gross?
Betsy.
50% of the population's confused what X and Y is.
This is your trigger warning
Okay,
that
ready?
there's an anatomy lesson here
we
about
go.
tugging on things too hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go to spay an animal and you tug the uterus too hard, you can pull out the kidney.
Whoa!
That's pretty awesome.
Holy
Brianna's-
You
Yeah,
watch
that's
horror
good. I'm gonna
films.
go-
It shouldn't be that.
I'll be right back.
So the bridge, the bridge, I thought
Confirmed.
could be either one about his infidelity, or two,
Infidelity.
it could be about Steve.
Yeah, I know. It could be either.
It's so often true.
You think it's high
If it's about
infidelity?
the infidelity, it takes two to tango and make a mess. Wait a minute, you screwed around and you're blaming her. That's not a great idea, Ed. That's
Let's not play the blame game, okay?
yeah. Let's back away from that statement right now and not do that, Ed.
Yeah.
If
It's
that's
a-
what he's doing.
Take your eyes
Yeah,
off
we
the
don't-
road
we don't
and
know
you're going to
that.
wreck.
That's it.
It's clearly Snapchat, you know? Snapchat, we know you're listening. Come on, podcast.
The app comes on. It's like an AI. Hello,
like
I am Snapchat.
But the part that makes me wonder if it's Steven was I should have known better what wasn't worth it for another song.
Yeah, that does sound.
And like the
pretty-
treehouse too. I thought about because if I had $1 million in the treehouse,
Yep.
yeah. So wherever that.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the problem is it is so vague. We don't know exactly what he's talking about.
Oh, falling from the tree.
The whole first verse, if it was up to me, I'd take the whole thing back. Wait a minute. Are you saying that Ed, are you saying that you would take back being a well-known leader of a band that has had at least one
singer.
number one hit, if not a couple of other really big hits? You would
Backup
take
singer.
that all back.
The leader of the band is tired and
Press
his eyes
X
are
to
getting
doubt.
old.
The leader of the
Yeah.
band moved on. Like now he's just got the backup singers like trying to make something out of nothing. I mean, where's Jim in all this? Honestly, I'm like, he has his own album, right?
He's writing songs about visiting his father up at the lake.
Well, he's doing his own thing. So where's
Well,
the
Kevin's
band?
doing his own thing
Oh,
too.
sweet.
More than anybody, I guess.
Kevin, yeah, we don't talk.
Kevin, we love you.
Please come on the show.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, after the show.
I want to give him a big hug.
Yeah, Kevin, come on the show for head pets.
No, love that man.
Yeah. Okay. Kevin, this is the Bare Naked Ladies ABCs. In case you don't have never heard of us.
Hey,
My problem with this is
on year 5.
if Ed is saying that that this song is advice to his son
Yeah.
about he's had a successful band, and it's okay to say that they made it in a very unconventional way that's not going to work for anyone else, but they did make it. But for him to turn around and say that he regrets making it big,
Well, especially like if it's like one thing if you have the talent and it's not enough. It sounds like he's saying it's not enough to be talented and be dedicated and everything, that you have to have all this luck associated with it.
well, he said
But if
that
you have
in
all this luck, and then he's kind of like turning the other side of it and saying, "I wish I hadn't." Is that what he's saying? Like, I don't know.
That's what I don't get. And he's not saying in this song, like in the discussion that he had, he said all of that stuff in the interview. None of that's in this song. And it's in another
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
It's in
you
it's in
think
50 for a
maybe-
while. It's in a couple other songs, which Tyler pointed out. Like there is a lot, and 50 for a while. What do we need? Like there is a recording theme going on.
Yeah.
But this doesn't fit that. This is I regret the success I've
Well,
had, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Do you think that maybe so? If there was a kind of an incident with infidelity, if there was, certainly the falling out with Steven, maybe it's not the band's success or anything like that he regrets, but things that he feels maybe resulted from it. Maybe it's more of that. Maybe it's like, hey, this is all great, but like, hey, I lost my friendship with Steven, presumably, or I really messed up this aspect of my life or whatever. This maybe is like an attempt to be a cautionary tale,
Well, that's what he said in the interview, but the lines don't match that. If it was up to me, I'd take the whole thing back. Before opening credits roll, we just fade to black. Like, I would go all the way back to the beginning and undo all of it.
Which is an AC/DC reference, maybe.
the
Dum da da dum da da
Yeah,
dum.
but the pointed out part is no leading man.
There'd be no leading man, no hearts to charm. There'd be no high-speed chase, just a villain with no one to harm. Like
No bassist, no keyboardist.
So, like, is he grateful for the opportunity he was given or not? Or, like, I think there's more there. Like,
Ed, come on the show. We know you listen.
I know. I'm like, we know you did the track by track, but
here's the thing:
There's more to
you
unearth
take
here.
this
Y'all
song
right?
and you put it next to Too Old, and Ed is showing
Yeah.
his age.
It's a very different,
kind of getting to be a cranky old
very
man.
different kind of
kinda.
side. Yeah, no, that's true though.
He's just coming off as
Yeah.
very entitled on this album, and I don't like it.
Is it the same one
Like a
with the
Karen?
"Don't Cancel Me"
Uh-huh.
song?
Too old,
Too
yes.
much fame.
Okay, well,
Much success has gone to
it might have
Don't
just been a
Cancel
moment
Me.
in time. Maybe it was just like this was, he was feeling particularly harassed.
I mean,
Harris.
it's definitely
HARRISED.
possible. It just, it's not aging well there, Ed. Sorry.
But if you come on the show, then you can clear everything up and tell us how you really feel. So please do that.
Yes, please. So, why don't we put some numbers to this? What do we have for a ranking system, though?
How many of Mumford's sons?
Wow.
Wow.
How many of Mumford's sons?
Well,
I don't know how many Mumford has.
it looks like
but,
this is
we'll
going to
say
be an only
5.
child.
Damn.
How many regrets?
The prodigal son, who's clearly lost,
One
is still out
That's
in
how
the
you really
wilderness.
feel. I would regret if you didn't pick Mumford Sons.
Yeah. Listen to your podcast, D's.
Oh wait, no, we already did how many regrets.
Regrets.
Regerts.
Regrets.
Regrets.
No regerts.
None at all. Not just one.
5 minutes. Really.
I mean, I like how many Mumford Sons, but we could say how many devil-held beers.
How many devil-held beers?
Does it got a six pack?
It's a mouthful.
It's held. HELLED. Devil-held beers.
Devil.
Past tense of hell.
You are
Sure
a
hell.
nerd.
I didn't
Those
know.
like deviled
Hell was a
eggs.
verb.
Devil-held
Yeah, those are good too.
beers.
It's a lot going on there. It's like a three-way pun. Takes
Three-way.
three to
Okay.
tango sometimes.
How many deviled-held beers do you give this song, Aaron?
Sometimes.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's not the worst thing they've ever done. It's not anything super special. I'm 2.7 devil-held beers.
2.7.
It's above average, but it's not really getting a lot of love from me.
Okay, what about you, Betsy?
Drinking the haterade tonight.
I know, right? There it is. Take another sip.
Actually, I don't know yet. Stefanovic.
Stefanovic.
I'm gonna be close to that. I just, it didn't resonate with me like a lot of some of their songs. Anyway, I would go 2.5.
2.5?
Wow.
Mumford and
Oh,
2.5 sons.
Okay,
Head
Stefan.
of Mumford's.
King Solomon was at work and they sawed the sun in half.
Torso
See,
boy.
I told you we'd bring it back to
Torso
Christian-
boy. That's an amusing
Christian
nickname.
mythos. Torso boy.
Torso boy.
Weird Al, come on the show.
Weird
We know you
Al,
listen.
we love you.
Well, for me, I didn't finish the song. I thought it was extraordinarily ignorable.
So a 1.
Something that you'd hear in a grocery store and not even pay attention to.
When you're clearly lost
brutal.
in the grocery store.
Yeah, it's just.
Where's the capers?
The capers. Oh, God, I love lock sandwiches. You want to mention that? Now I'm salivating from it. Love that so much. I would say, gosh, it's between 1 and 2.
Wow.
You know,
Split the difference.
I might be drinking the least amount of haterade tonight. I did not see that coming.
it's just not good. It's just,
It's
you know,
not my favorite.
yeah, he gets out what he puts in, you know. So I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I think he should just get rid of the leading man. So I'll be generous. I'll say 2.
Okay.
2 haterades.
2 haters.
Sir.
Well, we got a 6-pack between the three of us going now.
You get the helmet with 1 haterade on each side, and you're drinking
Yeah,
it
there
through
you
the
go.
straw.
Devil hold my beer.
I gotta.
All right, Tracy.
I had a higher score, and I'm bumping it down a little bit.
Hey, you
Ooh.
should.
Well, you know,
well,
you
don't
do
let
you,
us
boo.
know.
No,
Good
I
pressure.
am doing me. It's just the more.
Arrive at your own conclusion.
This is a song that really shouldn't be looked at closely. Ed says this is a
with
song
beer goggles on.
about advice in the music business, but that's not how that song comes across. And you know, it sounds like he's full of regret about making it big, and we know it's just not true. And
If it makes him feel better, he could give me like a lot of money, and then
Yeah, I'll take all your money off your hands
feel
then, yeah.
kind of more settled in life, and I can buy a lake house,
you
and
know,
he can work as a vet tech.
if I just listen to the surface of the song and I like the song, like listening to it just to listen to is great. But when we listen to the in depth, when we look at it deeply, I just don't like it.
I like most of their collaborations more than their actual songs. You know,
You know, guys,
I liked it better when it was
maybe
called Little Lion
so
Man.
sad.
maybe we shouldn't look deeply into songs anymore. You know what? That's it. I'm writing a bylaw
This is a
that says that
transition.
we should not examine into lyrics anymore. I mean, the last couple songs
Then what are we even doing?
The last couple of songs are Kevin's songs anyways, and he's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to say that by law, we cannot discuss hidden meanings anymore. Done. All right? Oh, I forgot to give my number. My number,
last two
I'm going to
songs?
give this a 2.9.
Whoa. Jeez, Tracy.
Does that follow the rules? Am I following the ratings by
Sure.
the law?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes, by law,
wow.
you're in
You got
compliance
there. You
with
got
the
there.
bylaws.
By
What?
law.
That's
Nicely
not the
done.
next song,
Nicely
is it?
done. I'm going to buy you a Segway for Christmas.
I don't need one. I already got one right there.
I'm gonna buy you a lawyer.
Well,
see me
even though this
roaming.
wasn't our favorite song,
Less
I'm
than 1
really
minute.
glad I got to discuss with you all.
Oh,
so,
is this
I hope
your
you have
last
a great
song?
week and
Wait,
See you
No,
next
we got
time.
another couple of them.
no,
bud.
for Aaron. Sounds like he's saying see
He's
you later.
disappearing for a couple weeks.
He's saying, "Baby, it's
Again?
cold
I'll be back.
outside."
I'll be back.
But baby, he'll be coming back, and when he does, it'll be cold outside.
Oh, it will.
Yeah.
Baby, it'll be very cold outside when I get back.
Well, thank you guys very much for joining me this week.
You're welcome,
No.
Tracy. Always a pleasure to be here.